Okay, so now I've started doing some of the actions in Phase 2, and this Group 6, which is this one, moved. It's got a potential attack, but in addition to the attack, because it moved and it wasn't flipped over yet, it is now reduced to approximately located. Now, all these strikes on it are against a located target. All the strikes that I have planned. The planes that were launched at it had pretty good information as to where it is. Now, of course, they don't know where it is any better than the carrier does. But until at this point, planes that would be launched to attack it would have worse information. It's basically what it comes to. But we got another problem, which is that, yes, there is a potential attack here. I think we went through this before at another time. I don't remember what to do anymore. This is the problem. There's just so many subsystems that until they kind of really bake into your head, and I'm just not getting the enjoyment to play this enough to bake it in. You got to go through this trouble, and this is where interest in the subject matter comes to play. It's not that I'm uninterested in carrier battles, but I'm not interested in the particular scope of this. If I was playing this one-on-one against somebody, I would think the game was so cool probably because of the hidden information, like a Midway game. I'd love to play a Midway type game with, and Flat Top is the obvious answer, with this hidden information where I don't know precisely where the enemy is, and I don't know if I'm going to find him or whatever. But something like this, I'm spending all my effort on the AI, and I'm not getting the story that's worth it. I don't think the story of a carrier battle is terribly interesting to me, whereas I do find the competitive aspect of the hidden games interesting. But I don't have that here. I don't have an opponent I'm trying to beat. I have this system that's generating things. Anyway, I'll try to figure out what the hell's going on. I can't lie there. It's not the story that's uninteresting. It's that the system intervenes in the story too much. I'm not making decisions anymore. I'm running the AI. That's it. I'm trying very hard to figure out what's where, from a game point of view, and it's just too much for me to enjoy the story. I'm thinking, damn, I would so love this if I could just kind of sit back and think about what's going on, and I kind of get a kick when I'm not at the board. But for most games, it's my time at the board where I'm spent fantasizing, and I can't do that here. Alright, so the first thing I gotta do, because of the advanced rules I'm using, is the hit confirmation process. Because I need to determine the air attack strength for this force. So, I totaled the number of reported hits. That was, I don't remember, 12. I may have sunk that thing, indeed. On the hit confirmation table, okay, so I'd like to keep this table, but I'm afraid it'll be on the other side. No, I don't think it is. Okay, I'm not finding it. And this is what the game is. The game is entirely looking up rules and finding the tables and rolling and trying to operate the chits after, according to what the rules say rather than any real thinking. And getting everything wrong. At least, until you absolutely know this system. That's what you're going to be doing. Alright, I gotta go find this. As with everything, it's easier without a camera on me. Or on the game. Alright, what do we got here? Confirm hits occurring, current turn and all previous turns. What? I don't know what this is. That's not what I thought. total the number of hits reported, 12. Locate the column. Alright, 12. Yeah, what's all this crap? I don't know what this shit is. Alright, well, I have no idea what this little piece here, the requirements chart, which doesn't seem to fit when to confirm hits, and there's no explanation of it. Example, hits occurring the previous must be this occurring. What do you mean? I mean, the example fits the chart. The rules do not. Only when an attack strength next needs only those unconfirmed. Okay. To determine which hits must be confirmed, use the confirmation requirements chart. Ah! That's to see if it had some effect. But that doesn't make sense, does it? Yes, it does. The planes could already be in play. Okay, so the planes could have been launched already. I'm 1, 2, 3 hexes away. All turns previous to and including the last turn, I do have to check hit for confirmation. That's what it's saying. That this airstrike, it matters for this. So now, damned if I remember, I'm at 13. I've done 12 reported hits, is what I'm saying. There's no die roll modifier. I roll a die, I get a nice little 3. I have done 7 hits to this thing. It's not actually sunk anymore, but it is in really bad shape. That's heavy damage. Those planes are not available. I can put this here, but I don't know. Maybe they are available because maybe it launched them, right? We don't know. Chances are it hasn't because of the range based on this. But, alright. Well, let's see what we got. Let's not see. I don't want to look it up. I don't want to look up to see if I have to go through the procedure that I figured out finally at this point. I don't want to go back to the rules. I'm tired of this shit. Okay. So I've got a 13 and a 7. You know, I could have easily made this mistake. No way I'm going to count remembering against myself. All right. So my initial strength is 13, and I've lost 7. That means I have 10. God knows how. But that, oh, that's the 1 and 2 attack strength. Hold on, attack strength 3. 13, and I've lost 7. Okay, so wait, is this that? No, this isn't that. This is the air attack table. Why is there no attack strength reduction table for a level 3 attack? This is a level 3 force, isn't it? Shit, I hate this crap. I've got a level 3 force here. I've got no clue. Alright, well, I guess I do have to look up the rules. I got no idea. No, the hell with that, too. I don't want to. I think I'm getting it right, and, you know, I'm sick of this. Air attack strength, it is the strength. I reduce it by that full amount. I don't care. I really don't. Because this says 1 and 2, and I'm done with it. This is 3 and 4. This is my strength. I've got a strength of 13, and since the reduction is no longer here, wait, no, there was some little thing in here, some little chart that showed this, that's level 1 and 2, level 3 and 4. Add together the following: the strength of all attacks previous launched. Here's the rule, but not yet landed. I have no idea what those are. Those don't exist yet for this. The number of air points not available because of air turnaround. Okay, the current air value for this thing, I gotta guess, is 13 minus 6. I cannot find that current air value anymore for level 3 planes. For some reason, this creates some random value. Although it does not when you haven't lost any planes. Alright, so whatever. We'll go to this, and we're at 13 minus 8 gives me 5. And I roll a die. And I get no modifiers. And I have launched, it looks like a 5-4, 2 air pulses. Now I have to go look up what that means. Now at least we get to follow a procedure I vaguely remember after I find the table, which is... yeah, shit. Maybe I missed this. No, that's for U.S. attacks. So, first I look at this U.S. warning table, and I don't think I have anything in the air on anything that could get into the air on this one. So, my cap is still 8. There's no escort modifier. Cap doesn't seem to be able to get shot down. Oh, wait, no, it does with a bad roll. That's fine. I roll a 1. That means there are going to be no dice, I think. Or maybe I'm wrong. Because it looks like the more cap... no, I do no hits. Or something. Who the hell cares? Okay, so I do no hits. Now, then, anti-aircraft. I don't remember what it was. It was 30 something. She puts me in here. And I've got 5 steps attacking. Now what's going to happen here, if I can remember, I think there's counters for it somewhere. Here we go. Second wave. Which phase is this? This is phase 2, so second wave will be in the 4th phase. If I can find a chip for that. I'll put this on top of my ship, I guess, to remind me, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, I tell you, this thing just generates a headache for me. Every time. That's why I quit last night, is I had a headache, and I've got one again now. I'm not used to getting a headache from games. And I think that is the trigger, that this is not going to keep happening. Alright. So I did the cap. Now I go to the anti-aircraft modifiers. I got 5 to 8 steps. That's a -1. It's early. That puts me to -2. I'm just going to roll. I'm not going to read anymore. I'm sick of this shit. -2. That's a 7. That's got to be good. I hit something. Okay, well, what did that mean? I don't know. But it does mean that I've got a loss against this first one here. I don't know if you can see, the light's really bad with my shadow. And now I got to see what that reflects to. Attack strength. Let's see. I've got an attack strength of 5, but I don't know if all those points have gotten through. Remember, with the U.S., half the points get, half the attack steps or whatever get through, or half the combat points or whatever they are now. You know. So I don't know if that happens with the Japanese. I'll look that up. And yeah, you know, I mean, the amount of effort to get through one little pulse in this game is just... for the amount of story, I move 1 hex. So it turns out it is at half strength, so I have 27.5 points. And that's no big deal because of the way this is handled. I'm going to get 1 die roll at 0 and 1 at +1. There were no attack modifiers due to that. I don't have any planes on board this thing at all. So let's make, one of them's at +1, I don't remember. What did I say again? 25. Let's make the red die the +1. And there should be a table somewhere. Here it is, to do the damage. This could be bad. Okay, a 2 isn't going to hit, but a 7 does 2 more hits to my carrier. And I'm up to medium damage, and that means I've got problems. Once you hit medium damage, there's a possibility of flight decks knocked out. That could be real problems with all these planes out here. I don't think they can make it back to Guadalcanal. Well, actually, no, there is no airbase here. So they're not all going to be able to fit over there on the Yorktown. So I've got a real threat here. Of course, I could be taking out the main Japanese carrier force as well. All right, well, let me try to figure out what happens to my flight deck. And indeed, I have an inoperative flight deck. I'm going to have to try to repair that. There's a procedure for that, which I'll take care of during my option. But here's the other thing. I've been marking in pen because light damage didn't matter, but now I did it on a medium. I think medium damage can be repaired as well. I also forgot to reduce my anti-air value and other stuff by 1. Anti-air would have been reduced by 1 for the carrier. That wouldn't affect the rolls that I made, so it's okay, I guess. But, you know, as the hits are going up, this is becoming more and more of a problem. And I guess these are heading back. Now, I have a second wave of attack on my carrier coming in. And if I could just step away from the game and enjoy what's happening and not have to run all the mechanical stuff on here, this would be actually a lot of fun. You know, but like games like B-17, although this is incredibly more difficult to cope with, I'm basically spending the whole time, you know, not really making many decisions. I've got more in this, there's no question. I've got the, you know, the handling of the planes and the launches, etc. But, you know, honestly, it's missing that sort of battleship aspect that's so cool in Midway. That may be very unrealistic. But I'm not feeling the kind of tension. I'm not feeling like my choices are really terribly affecting what's going to happen to me. I couldn't throw more cap up. I have gotten all my planes in the air. Now maybe I shouldn't be hitting this squadron so heavily. But I'm just not getting a lot of opportunity to make any decisions, and the mechanical aspects are really interfering with picturing what's going on. They're just too much when you have to look up rules on everything. Okay, so I got a PBY search here, and I ended up getting a roll that actually got me within range of 1. So now I got to look for those advanced charts again. Whatever those are, they can't be these. Right? They gotta be this. Maybe not. That seems pretty reasonable. I can never find what charts I need. Yeah, here they must be. Alright. I can never find what I need because... Alright. The number of forces within 3 hexes which are located regardless of previous detection status. Okay. And Y is the number of additionally approximated located forces. So I've got a chance of finding that thing. And let's see. There's only 1. I get a 2. That's 1, 1. I get a location. On a roll of 1 randomly force located by the PBY search is increased an intelligence level. I think that's in addition to the freebie that I get from searching. But maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I've located a force, but I know nothing about it. That doesn't make a lot of sense, though. There should be some report as to the size. Okay, so I'll pick a check. And it's a dummy. Yay, I get to get rid of something. That makes me happy. Alright, onward. Okay, so among other problems, my cap planes took half their endurance, their air endurance, in movement costs. So they're up in the air now and have to find a place to land. It's easiest for me to perhaps repair the damage there, so I'm going to leave them there. I've got these planes returning from a strike, and I found another one sitting in the landing box, which was apparently circling the carrier the whole time, that I forgot about and probably should have had some kind of number on it. I don't know how he got there. Probably a search plane from here that I just never recovered. Anyway, I added that to the pile and said to hell with it. Because nobody was aboard the ship, I didn't take a penalty for that. And probably would have lost more planes that way. So whatever. I've got my planes kind of zooming in towards the main Japanese carrier force, what's left of it, it's in pretty bad shape too, remember. But now I've got to repair my carrier, and I had found the table for that. Oh yeah, yeah, neat trick, huh? All these charts and tables you flip through, and then the repair table is snuck in the back of the book. And this is not some optional rule or something. This is a main part. Now it looks to me like, well, this is for repairing the inoperable decks. Now I have a modifier here. For the scenario, gives me -1, and I'll be rolling on the medium strength table. And I roll a 2, which gets me down to a 1, which isn't good, so I take another point of damage. I don't think that goes on the hull damage, but this was not an unmodified one, so I don't go to the critical damage. But I will be taking more damage. That's not going to make this easier. There's fires breaking out on the deck and everything. I think that's the end of the phase. My head hurts too much to really be able to pay much more attention. So I'm going to load this one up.